Be mad at Caitlin Clark. She's getting $28 million. Don't they want sisters to get paid, or they don't want a white girl to get paid first? I think that's what it is.
Definitely what it is.
Since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we, for sure as hell, have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoe.
In the realm of athletics, where talent and hard work are essential endorsements, something else usually stirs things up. Recently, Caitlin Clark's historic contract with Adidas shook the WNBA and the basketball world at large. However, while the young celebrity relishes her newfound popularity, not everyone is content. According to rumors, two WNBA greats, A.A. Wilson and Cheryl Swoops, may feel undervalued. Is the women's basketball community becoming more envious? Or is this simply a new era where aspiring celebs are fighting for fans' attention?
Struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
It's Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Reebok, whoever said, because she sell our shoe. Because we sell our shoe. Because when you sit there and say, Caitlin Clark got $28 million, first of all, that equals $3.5 million a year if you do the division.
Yeah. Ever since, Angel Reese had that injury, to me, and also coming off of Olympic break, Caitlin Clark separated herself. Yeah. She should have been unanimous. Now, to celebrate her, one thing that people forget is as a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists.
When you deal with corporate America, it is no feelings involved. It is purely business. And a lot of people get emotional over race, over how good you are, over if this person's a better basketball player, football player, rapper, singer, whatever. It is all about business for corporations in corporate America. And it's all about, can you sell their product?
Clark's sponsorship by Adidas was not your usual recommendation. It marked a sea change in women's sports. She wasn't only the face of an Adidas product. The fact that they offered Clark a seat at the table suggests that they are betting on her to be the WNBA's and perhaps women's sports future spokeswoman. This isn't just another basketball sneaker review. Sports marketing is undergoing a radical change. We then enter an area that is certain to be tense and competitive. WNBA champion Aho Wilson starred in several well-known advertisements, including joint ventures with Nike and Gatorade. Her fascinating charm and well-earned achievements have made her a household name.
Asia Wilson have a shoe, and every black young lady to have a shoe. But she's marketable, and I'm not saying you young ladies aren't.
You said Asia who?
Asia Wilson.
Asia Wilson.
So from the Aces?
Yes.
That's what everybody's mad about because
goodness.
she doesn't have a
Yeah,
sneaker.
that does make sense.
Right. So I'm not saying she's not marketable, but people are up in a frenzy, and nobody was paying attention when I was talking about this during the NCAA tournament, not the sneaker part.
Conversations with people in the know, it indeed has something to do with the WNBA MVP and Nike athlete, Asia Wilson.
He reports Nike wants to prioritize Asia Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third time.
P going at Boston and rolls it in.
This is going to be a good matchup. Mercedes and Asia. Wilson on. Russell.
Bring it home.
Fall and get back up again. To show that when you stand for something, it will stand forever. Gatorade.
Wilson has long enjoyed a solid reputation, especially with WNBA players. She was thought to be in charge of the league's future play. Wilson's media presence has been somewhat overshadowed by the excitement surrounding Caitlin Clark's rise to stardom, especially after Clark signed an editing deal. Next up is Cheryl Swoops, one of the earliest female basketball legends. Swoops was Michael Jordan's counterpart in the WNBA. She is widely regarded as the trailblazer who contributed to the league's popularity and was the first female basketball player to get her own trademark shoe, the Nike Air Swoops. because Swoop had endorsements during her career that other WNBA players could only dream of. Other stars were able to carry on her legacy.
Traffic through 3 players, 4 all the way in. Dishes off to Coop for the bucket. Oh my goodness.
These got worn a little bit. Well, it's not that they're really falling apart. It's just that I just hoop so hard. Can you read that? Swoop. So when you're up here and people are down there, they can still see your name.
But there's been a big shift in the WNBA since Swoop's prime. Players are given more cash and endorsements since they are seen as independent brands. The connection between Adidas and Caitlin Clark has reignited the conversation about endorsements in women's basketball. Some think it's great for the game's growth, but others wonder if it's obscuring the accomplishments of players like A.A. Wilson and damaging Sheryl Swoop's reputation. Is envy at play here? The real question is that, even though A.A. Wilson has always been elegant and composed, she has admitted in interviews that it can be difficult to stay current in today's endorsement-driven society. It is not absurd to think that a young player like Clark, who hasn't even reached her WNBA prime, might spark rivalry by accepting such a large contract. This has, after all, before occurred in men's sports. Think about how the seasoned players reacted when young players like Zion Williamson and Ja Monument began to receive major deals right away.
Here he comes the other way. There's your first James Jam of his career. Whoa.
Davis. Should your scenario take place, Jason, and it steadily declines, I wonder, this actually needs to be studied. What other sports league has diminishing ratings as you get closer to the championship? That would actually embolden the argument that there's a certain guard that now plays in Indiana truly should be the logo of that.
It doesn't make any sense at all. And playing the politics where, oh, we need to release Asia's shoe first. Well, no, it's not Caitlin's fault that you haven't done anything for Asia yet. And maybe think about, why haven't you released something for Asia yet? Is it because you're not sure how it will sell? And if that's the truth, like, that's just business. Why are we coddling these women? You wouldn't see this on the men's side. If a brand thinks they're going to sell shoes with a player, they're going to release some stuff. They're not going to be like, oh, well, so-and-so has been playing in the league a little bit longer, so I'm going to make sure I get theirs out first, and then we'll push Caitlin's 2 seasons. They're saying now that we might not get a signature shoe from Caitlin until 2026 or 2027.
So, what does all of this mean for the future of the WNBA? It first denotes the official advancement of the endorsement industry to a new level. Companies like Adidas, Nike, and others are now looking. Because of her ability to appeal to both basketball fans and casual viewers, Caitlin Clark is likely to become the face of several basketball-related niches, including training regimens and lines of basketball gear and equipment, which haven't traditionally placed much emphasis on female athletes.
About regular season viewership, not draft viewership. Regular season viewership, it grew by 20% in 2023. It's grown by 180% now, which means it would take another 5 or 6 years to do what Caitlin Clark has done.
It was really great to partner with Shoot Away and be able to give a machine back to Dowling. This is a place that's very special to me, very special to my family. The gun is really easy to use, and that's what I love about it. You only need one person to come in and get a lot of shots up. You can assemble it by yourself, raise it up by yourself. You can go in, get your shots up in a quick amount of time and really get better at your game.
And celebrities like Sheryl Swoops. Even if seeing a new performer receive so much attention may seem disrespectful to their own efforts, artists like Clark are increasingly acknowledged for attracting younger, more diverse audiences. It's not only about who can play better on the court these days. The crucial question is who can best convey the cultural zeitgeist. A shift in emphasis is unavoidable, Clark Caitlin, and that's when feelings of being disregarded may surface. In men's basketball, this has happened time and time again. Established celebrities are paying more attention to young upstarts, which results in more costly transactions and disputes. The narrative may shift suddenly, from NBA draft analysis declaring new prospects to be the next big thing to NBA highlights showcasing Zion Williamson's incredible start. The WNBA is going through the same issue right now.
President of the WNBA Players Association, Nneka Ogwumike. A two-time MVP, nine-time All-WNBA selection, and 2016 Finals MVP, Candace Parker.
Rebound, offensive board, and the putback by Lisa Leslie. She's the face of the WNBA, and for good reason.
Triple-double in WNBA history. First ever. Rosati's waiting for it. Gets the swoops. Down low, Valdemoro. Puts up a hook shot and scores. That's it. Valdemoro.
Tina Thompson buys it along the baseline.
Detroit throws it away. Stolen by Swoops. Touch pass.
Another fascinating component of this story is how these sponsorships impact our opinion of the WNBA as a whole. Basketball enthusiasts are interested in the players that are getting the most attention when they bet on games and play fantasy basketball. Right now, that's Caitlin Clark. But will that go on, or will A.A. Wilson fight to regain her position as the league's spokesperson? And how can Sheryl Swoop's legacy be maintained in this new era where endorsements dictate so much of the narrative? The real question is whether these parties can collaborate in the same marketing space, or whether Clark's notoriety will fuel hostility among her forebears and colleagues.
We put out signature Caitlin Clark balls and other merch that literally sold out within minutes of them going live. The hype that Caitlin Clark had going into this season, we will not see that again. She came off of playing in a national championship game that had over 20 million people tuned into that game, then going straight into the draft, and then going straight into the WNBA and breaking an insane amount of records.
In the end, Clark's collaboration with Adidas is a risk, and it's hard to forecast where its earnings will go. Or will benefit from carefully aligning their strategy to Caitlin Clark's next season. Click this link to view this video. Warmth. Warmth.
N.